Okay, so now we're going to do sample number 4. So sample number 4 is learning right sides together. So our fabric is a printed fabric, and so it's easy to tell that this is the right side. So the right side is the side that would face out on a garment, and the inside, or the wrong side of the fabric, is the side that is not printed, or would be the side that would not face, it'd be the inside of a garment, or the side that you would not want facing the world. So when we sew two pieces of fabric together, we usually say with right sides together. So what I want you to do is take your fabric that you have a printed fabric, and I want you to cut two pieces that are at least 4 inches wide by 9 inches long. And one side should be printed, and one side should be your wrong side, or unprinted. And we are going to sew them together, and I want you to put them with right sides together, or right sides facing each other, like this. And I want you to make sure that the side that we're going to sew, that the edges are even. So you're going to do right sides together with the edges lined up just like this. And then, since this is our first sample, we haven't learned how to pin. So I want you to get your pins, and you're going to pin your fabric so it won't move. And you're going to put your pins in so that they pin your two pieces together. And you are going to pin them about 3 inches away from each other. And the heads of the pins are going to be on the right hand side. So let's see how so the edges are even, pins 3 inches apart, pin heads here, and they are lined up evenly along the edge. We're going to sew that right now. So when we start to sew, we want it to start at the very end here, and it's going to move the fabric through the machine. And along the edge here, along the bed of the machine, with all these lines that tell us where to line up the edge of our fabric. For this sample, it doesn't matter to me which line you use, because that's not what we're learning. Just pick one of them and keep that edge even. So I'm going to pick the 15, the one that's between the 10 and the 20. And before I get to this pin, I'm going to move it. I'm going to remove that. And lift my presser foot. If you have a machine that doesn't automatically lift the needle into the up position, you're going to roll your wheel towards you until the needle's in the highest position, and that will release your thread. Clip your threads. We're going to take your iron, press the seam flat first. Press your seam open from the wrong side. So now we know that this is called the wrong side. Press your seam open from the right side. And now you can see why we sew with right sides together. Because that puts the correct side facing with no seam allowance on the outside of the garment, and the seam allowance here is on the inside. And that's sample number 4.